Hey guys, Shadow Reviewer here. Well, this is my final Halloween video of 2025. What I want to talk about is, well, my favorite horror movies of all time. The ones that I love rewatching the most, the ones that with good story, good acting, and the one thing that horror is meant to do, scare you. But with its different subgenres, it can also be pretty fun in those regards too. So, for this year's actual Halloween video, and yet the other ones are pretty much all of Halloween, I want to talk about my top 10 favorite horror movies of all time. Keep this in mind, this is strictly my opinion, so if your favorite isn't on my list, well, let me know down in the comments below and tell me why you think it's the best horror movie of all time. So, without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Starting off at number 10, we have Talk to Me at number 10. Honestly, this was a legit surprise for me when I saw this in the theater. And let's just say, its premise won me over. A hand that you can literally speak to the dead with. And that's all you need to know. For one, it's set in my home country, Australia. And what I really love is how they take advantage of the premise. Pretty much the hand is kind of a drug metaphor. They pretty much get fully so addicted to touching the hand. It's just downright insane. But it's not just that what makes this movie so great and on my list. It's how brutal and realistic it feels. Like, main character Mia recently lost her mother. The details I can't explain. And she finds that one of the ghosts is her mother, so she tries to talk to her through her best friend's little brother. But looks like they didn't close off the connection, and the poor kid's in danger, so it raises the stakes. The acting in this is also phenomenal. Honestly, I think everybody does a fantastic job. And without spoiling the ending, it is a legit surprise. So, I highly recommend this to anyone. And given it's directed by the Philipper brothers, yes, the YouTube channel, Raka Raka, go watch their channel. It's freaking, they're a great comedy channel. I absolutely love this movie. Oh, and if you remember my review for Bring Her Back, that is also another great horror film with Raka Raka directing again. So, but out of the two, Talk to Me is the best one. It's got a familiar but good twist on the premise, fantastic acting, and just brutal realism, and a really shocking ending. So, I recommend this a watch for a good old Halloween time. Just don't find a hand and say the title of the movie to that person. Who knows what you might have. Let's just say it's a grip in time. Number 10. Both Smile 1 and Smile 2. I originally had the first movie on there, but most people would annoy and say, how dare you not put the second one on here? But if I include the second one on here, I would be ignoring the original. So, why not do both? Honestly, both of these films do the premise of a literal curse chasing after you and wanting you dead. It's just a freaking disturbing concept. Okay, so the content is nothing new, but it does it in a way that feels fresh. So in the first movie, you got the psychiatrist who sees her patient die right in front of her, and by the smiling curse, and the psychiatrist catches it. And Saoirse Bacon, yes, Kevin Bacon's daughter, gives an excellent performance, showing the mental, physical, and psychological terror. And again, without giving away the ending, you instantly feel the pain she goes through. The second one is also great, with Naomi Scott giving a fantastic performance as the singer whose boyfriend died in a tragic accident, and after seeing her friend die, gets the curse passed on to him too. Through some unfortunate circumstances, given the ending of the first movie with a psychiatrist's cop friend. Well, should I say ex-boyfriend? But yeah, I think the second one is just as good as the first. Fantastic performance, shocking ending, and man, the brutality. I won't give away how the characters die in this because given its subject matter, but needless to say, both of these movies do the premise fantastically. And yes, it's a similar premise to Truth or Dare, but the effects on that was trash. This one, honestly, is the terrifying. Parker Finn does an excellent job directing both of these films, and with the upcoming third one in development, I hope it keeps track, making this a pretty consistent series of films that does with a single premise, both involving mental health regarding its protagonists, and feeling fresh. So give these movies a watch. You will not be disappointed. Let's just say, yeah, that was creepy, but I just wanted to do that just once. So yeah, let's just say it put a smile on your face. Number 8. Late Night with the Devil. This, honestly, I'm not a big fan of talk shows. I mean, the only ones I watch is the Graham Norton show, but that's very rare. But what this movie does with its idea really hooked me in, and I've been watching it non-stop for like the past year. And yes, I unfortunately did not put in my 2024 movies for me because it did technically release in 2023. So sorry to those who are wondering why didn't you put Late Night with the Devil on there. I did watch it. Don't get me wrong, but it came out in 2023, not 2024. With that being said, this movie is freaking great. While there is a bit of controversy regarding how they did the title cards, I'm not going to delve deep into that. But as being said, its premise of the talk show host literally communicating with the devil is an excellent idea. I mean, it gets you kind of hooked in with the idea, and David Dastmalchian as Jack Delroy gives a fantastic performance. How this didn't even get nominated for an Oscar is beyond me, as he plays the talk show host wanting to get his groove back after his wife died of cancer. But there's more to it than that. With great performances from the supporting cast, particularly the actress that plays Lily, and with really good scares, particularly the possession scene, the scene with the lights, the psychic guy having a mental breakdown. I mean, that actually made me jump in my seat. Wow, and the disturbing ending, which I'm not going to spoil right here. Everything about this movie is done correctly, from the acting to the premise to pretty much how it subtly plays out. So yeah, it's great. It's a great film. I highly recommend it. Just ignore the controversy. Don't think about it too much. But the rest of it is fantastic. Let's just say it's one you're going to be talking about for a long time, and I wonder it'll get an interesting interview, so to speak. Number 7. Tremors. Now, I did say scary movies, but there only is one good scare in the film, but it's a pretty good one. I love this movie. It is damn near quotable with a bunch of great lines. My ass. He's dead. It's dead. Or broken the wrong goddamn rec room. Didn't you bastard? Or we've got 2 more, I repeat, 2 more mother humpers. Stampede! Stampede Earl! Honestly, this movie is fantastic. From the freaking cast, Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward, to Michael Gross, Reba McEntire, and even Ariana Richards, yes, that little girl from Jurassic Park, they all do great jobs given its premise. And the Graboids, which I'm calling by the actual name, not what everyone else calls this, the Tremors. That's the name of the film, not the name of the villain, so don't add me in those comments. They look practical and beautiful. Honestly, there's a lot of great set pieces, and it can be suspenseful at times. And it's got great comedy in there, particularly from the two main leads. Honestly, Fred Ward and Kevin Bacon have fantastic chemistry. So yeah, I give this film a watch. If you're interested in the sequels, I'll give a quick summary. The second one is good, the third one is a big letdown, the fourth one's okay, the fifth one is garbage, the sixth one is passable, and the seventh one is meh. And as for the TV show, I haven't seen. But as for the first film in the series, let's just say it's a sucking good time. Absolutely love this movie. God, it's so quotable. I found the stand. Number 6. Carrie. Yeah, I've been talking a lot about this one on the Halloween channel recently, but what could I say? Not only is it a great film, but it's a great Stephen King flick. Honestly, it's one of my favorite Stephen King films. And if it weren't for this movie, we wouldn't be getting the Stephen King films we have today. For 49 years. So yeah. And as for the book, I liked the book. And as for the movie, it's a great adaptation. From Sissy Spacek's fantastic performance, get more detail than my top 10 best horror movie performances, down to the iconic prom scene, to the side characters, Nancy Allen, Betty Buckley, Amy Irving, and of course, Piper Laurie, with a mix of John Travolta in there, to pretty much how the story sets up. If only they knew she had the power. Honestly, it's nothing new in terms of the main character has telekinesis, but the way they handle it with Carrie White, it makes you sympathetic and wanted to see these villains these bullies get the comeuppance. And yeah, its trailer, while terrible, did get a spook out of me for a while. I mean, that crash zoom in always used to terrify me. So yeah, this is honestly my favorite Stephen King flick. Great. Sissy Spacek's performance is top-notch as the titular character, the prom scene is iconic, and the acting from the cast is spot on, and it's a great adaptation. So yeah, give this one a watch. Let's just say, it's a ticket well earned. Number 5. Pearl. Yeah, I've been talking about this one a lot too. I mean, why not? It's a great character study. Mia Goth honestly gives the performance of a lifetime in her career. As she plays the young version of Pearl during the First World War, and where her diagnosis of mental illness hasn't been discovered yet. And while she is the villain, she's a villain you sympathize with. She wants to get out in the world and become her own person, but she's tied down by her mentally disabled father, her grueling mother, and her husband, who's out fighting in the war. So, but Mia Goth's performance makes Pearl very sympathetic, as pretty much everything that goes wrong horrendously goes wrong. And honestly, her best acting moment is when she gets a nasty rejection as in the audition for the dance choir. Her screaming, "Please, I'm a star," is freaking heartbreaking. But my favorite well-acted shot is when she talks about her dark times and dark troubles, all conveyed in one shot with just Mia Goth talking, and you hang on every word that Pearl says. Honestly, apparently they shot it multiple takes, but in this 8-minute monologue, you're glued to the screen. And shall we say the creepy ass smile that she puts on as the credits roll. Man, it left such an impact. I left halfway through the credits because her face sent chills down my spine. Damn, can she make that effective. Originally, it was just going to be a freeze frame shot, but the director asked Mia Goth, how long can you hold on that shot as you smile? And she did, and she slowly starts breaking as the music starts distorting, and then the screen almost cuts to black. Damn, that is an effective shot. And I love the way it's represented. So yeah, this prequel to X is a beautifully paced movie with Mia Goth's excellent performance and the side cast, one of them being the future Superman, by the way, wink, is fantastic. So yeah, give this movie a watch before you watch X. Let's just say, it's an excellent time. Number 4. Train to Busan. Ever wanted to know what my favorite zombie movie is? It's this one. Well, Zombieland has more of the comedic, and 28 Days Later is the more suspenseful. Train to Busan is just the perfect movie. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Korean media. Squid Game, K-pop Demon Hunters, and this movie. Train to Busan is just a gripping character arc thrill ride, as you get the baseball team, the cheerleader, the father and the daughter, the pregnant couple, the 2 elderly sisters, and of course, the evil businessman. Honestly, as they fight through hell as the horde of zombies come through and affect everybody. It's an intentional thrill ride, excellent performances, and when a character bites the dust, it feels utterly tragic. Honestly, the characters that should have lived would have been the pregnant couple and the kid. Honestly, they were the most compelling characters in the film, in my opinion. But, needless to say, the ending will bring you to tears. I am not kidding. Every time I see the ending to this movie, I can't help but cry. I can't watch the scene without shedding one tear. I mean, damn, it is really that good. And it's just a bunch of smart moments that just hammer home how good you can direct a zombie flick like this. Honestly, this is honestly the zombie movie you could watch if you want a good way to make a zombie flick. It's suspenseful, the story is impactful, the characters are great, and the ending, man. Damn, the ending. I'm getting weepy just talking about it. So yeah, give Train to Busan a watch. You will not regret it. Let's just say, this is one stop you don't want to miss. Number 3. Wolf Creek. Yeah, I've talked about this one a lot. And why the hell not? Given the 20 years it's impacted people. And for those who already know, me and the actor who plays the villain in this movie was an absolute treat. He was an absolute wonderful man, and I even got a picture with him standing in front of the truck that was used in the film. But with that fun fact out of the way, this movie is a beautiful set piece. And the second Australian movie don't appear on my list. But it's fantastic. I love it pretty much tricks you into thinking it's just a road trip movie with its 3 characters, Christy, Liz, and Ben. All 3 actors play immensely well. Very likable characters, fun people, and you don't want to see die, but sadly, that's what happens to them. And it's a good lesson. Don't take any tips from strangers, because you don't know who you're screwing with. And careful what you drink, because they might be spiked. And speaking of which, John Jarratt gets a fantastic performance as Mick Taylor. You immediately dislike the guy, but his charm pretty much wins wins them over. But when it gets to the second half, it becomes pretty much a straight horror slasher, as a horror psychological thriller. It's just dark and disturbing, and man, what a total shift change. And yeah, he gets a pretty disturbing performance as he torments the characters in this film. And damn, I can't exactly tell what exactly does to these people, but jeez, it is freaky as hell. And the shots and the way they shoot the film, they makes it beautifully artistic. So yeah, I highly recommend Wolf Creek. It may not be everybody's cup of tea, but between the acting alone and the total genre change, it'll throw you in for a loop. So yeah, I highly recommend giving this movie a watch. Let's just say, this might be one road trip you don't want to miss. Just stay away from strangers and keep to the road. Number 2. The Substance. This, I'm ashamed to not see this film in the theater. But I'm also kind of glad I didn't, given its disturbing and graphic context. So it's about this woman who's reached the age of 50 where she's not physically desirable anymore. So after receiving a tape that pretty much tells her, hence the tagline, "Have you ever dreamed of a better version of yourself?" she decides to take it, and there's a younger version of her that pretty much takes over her life, both mentally, physically, and emotionally. And honestly, the performances from both Demi Moore and especially Margaret Qualley does an excellent job playing as the different versions. Demi Moore playing as Elizabeth and Margaret Qualley playing as Sue. I mean, they play the characters so different, even though it's technically the same person. As the film keeps saying, remember, you are one. And man, when it comes to the disturbing context, oh boy, it will make you think about your lunch. But it's also it's pretty much a subtle representation of how old you're gonna get and what are you going to do when you reach that age where no one's going to take you seriously or desirably anymore. And honestly, that's a harsh reality. That's a real harsh reality. And when it comes to the ending, oh my god, it is an absolute excruciating, stomach-churning experience. That I can say. Jeez. So yeah, this movie is honestly an instant masterpiece. From the acting to the story to the practical effects, which I love my practical effects in horror films, and this is honestly one of the better ones. It does everything right. And given it was only nominated for Best Picture, shows that it's not ignoring the horror genre for once. So thank you. So yeah, give this one a watch. Just do it on an empty stomach. Trust me, you're gonna be better off for it. Let's just say, it'll probably make you think your life choices and try to do better with your life. Or shall we say, live the life you had, because you don't know when you're gonna you don't know when it's gonna be gone. Okay, before I get to my number 1, a few runners up. Weapons. Honestly, this movie is another masterpiece in terms of story, acting, especially from Julia Gardner and Josh Brolin, is excellent. Zach Cregger did an excellent job directing this film, and given his earlier work, and I think don't quote me on this, he's directing a video game film adaptation sometime in the future. I hope this guy keeps getting more work. This is an excellent flick. Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. It's not scary, it is damn hilarious. And honestly, the acting from Alan Tudyk and Tyler Labine as the titular Tucker and Dale is freaking great. So yeah, you want to find a misunderstanding trope done well, this is the movie for you. Saw. Yeah, it's no surprise I'm putting this on the list. I mean, come on, you know what this movie is. It's gory, graphic. While the acting may not be great, it's still fun, and Tobin Bell as John Kramer is excellent, and man, that twist ending. If you know the twist, then you know the twist. So yeah, very subtle. Fright Night. No, I'm not talking about the original, I'm talking about the remake. Sue me. I honestly like the remake. I think Anton Yelchin gives a great performance. I like the side characters. Colin Farrell gives an excellent performance as the villain, and if you're a Doctor Who fan, then this movie's for you. David Tennant just chews the scenery every time. I honestly just skip to the part where he's on screen. It's freaking great. And lastly, The Omen. I love this movie. I like its premise. It's an iconic movie. I think its two main leads are excellent, and I love the little kid. And rest in peace, Patrick Troughton. So yeah, just watch the first movie and ignore the sequels and the garbage remake. Although the first Omen is still good and it's alright. But as for the actual Omen, the original, it's one you can never top. Alright, let's get to my number one. And my number one favorite horror movie of all time goes to It's The Exorcist. Come on, people. It's on my damn shirt. I mean, how could it not be? Now you pretty much know what my number one favorite horror movie is of all time. It's this beautiful masterpiece. I mean, come on. Everybody knows this movie. And of course, it's nightmarish production. Apparently, it was just as disturbing as the movie itself. I mean, I don't even need to tell you what the movie is about. From Linda Blair's iconic performance, to the side characters, to the possession scenes, to its disturbing content, and of course, Pazuzu himself. Man, is that devil so vulgar. I mean, there's a lot to talk about here. Regardless if you're watching the theatrical cut or the director's cut. Honestly, I think the director's cut is a lot more scarier, in my opinion. I mean, I don't need to talk about how much this movie impacted me. I love it. What do I think of the sequels? And I know this is going to annoy a lot of people. I think Exorcist 2: The Hierarchy is not that bad. I was expecting a more violent response. Okay. So yeah, I honestly don't think Exorcist 2: The Heretic is that bad. Give it a chance, people. It's not that bad. Exorcist 3 is freaking underrated. I haven't seen the two prequel films, and believe her. What's that? Oh, right. It's the worst freaking thing I've ever seen. Just ignore I just pretend it doesn't exist. But as for the original, I think this movie's a masterpiece. It has a story, acting, visuals, and just how freaking iconic it is. For a movie is 52 years old, it's still a freaking masterpiece in my eyes. So yeah, to pretty much no one's surprise or anybody's surprise, I consider the original Exorcist my number one favorite horror movie of all time. And nothing is ever going to change my mind. And that's the end of the video, folks. I hope you like it. Give me a thumbs up, like and comment and subscribe. And I hope to get more videos out like this. And I hope, if everything goes well, we'll get more Halloween videos next October. But as for now, I'm going to start backing down for November. Mostly. I've got a special announcement. I've got a special announcement tomorrow. Just keep an eye out for that video. But later today, I'm going to be back on the Mako Mermaids train with Season 1, Episode 6, Dolphin Tale. Keep an eye out for that video. Until then, I'm the Shadow Reviewer, and happy Halloween!